Hey everybody, this is the RPG Renegade, and I am going to review the Red Room's Sexual Holocaust. This is a free book that's available both from their own website and also Big Geek Emporium, because as you may well know, the Red Room is basically just a two-person team who's been kicked off of Drive-Thru recently because of their quote-unquote controversial books. Now, um, I'm going to review this book on its own merit. This is a free title, so I think this should give you a good idea of what the book is like, what their actual paid products are like. Because if this level of quality for a free title, then I'm guessing the paid titles are even better, or at least of equal quality. So the sexual holocaust. So let's just start with the main cover. So right off the bat, you've got. Oh yeah, just one thing to point out. There's a lot of titties in this book. So if YouTube decides to throw this down, you can also check it on my Rumble channel. Again, there's no gratuitous sexual stuff that I noticed, but there are some tits spread out throughout the book. Which is great because it fits the whole sexual holocaust, deviant, demonic setting that this book is about. Okay, so I believe this book is a part of the Wretchedverse, which I haven't actually checked out yet. I'm pretty new to their stuff. But as far as I understand it, it's some sort of D&D variant of the rules that have like new stuff, and there's like an adaptation of classic D&D rules, maybe some OSR stuff. Either way, let's dive right in. So right off the bat, you've got over here what can only be described as a unholy priest version of Pinhead from Hellraiser, with a woman in the front, tortured, with her flesh being torn into different places. Very Hellraiser vibes, and this is prevalent throughout the book. I mean, this is just, it's cool looking. It's really cool looking because it's not it doesn't look like a copy pasta version of Hellraiser. They definitely made their own stuff, but you can see it's been heavily inspired by that kind of stuff. So yeah, front cover, some really cool artwork in this. Even though I just read here, the art is basically all just public domain stuff, some AI generated art as far as I can tell. I mean, these two know how to use this stuff. As someone who also uses royalty-free art in their books, this is really well done in terms of consistency and just making sure stuff fits into the setting. So yeah, look at this. I mean, it's basically just like some sort of cybernetic Xenobites. It's cool stuff. So definitely, first impression, definitely good. Now, I didn't go through all this in depth. I did give it kind of a once over. But you can you should check this stuff out for yourself. I just went through like the main stuff in this book. So don't expect like an in-depth review, but this is like a once over, kind of a quick review. So yeah, like I said, this is probably some sort of adaptation of the D&D rules, because you can see there's an OGL disclaimer here. More titties. Yeah. So it's designed for wretchploitation, which is basically their RPG rule book, as far as I can tell. It says like it should be run like a low budget horror movie with adult themes. Now, again, very Hellraiser vibes. Already, as soon as you get through the first few pages, you already know what you're in for. And as far as I can tell, this game is all about basically battling sexually deviant demons. Here you can also, you can see what the influences are. Selected filmography. You can already see what kind of stuff they've been influenced by. The Exorcist, Sodom, Salo, the Days 120 Days of Sodom, a Serbian film, lots of Hellraiser. Just like, true horror, not the pussified World of Darkness crap that's available nowadays. Just like the old, kind of reminds me of like old school World of Darkness stuff, which is great because we need more of that stuff. Because if you want to play a true horror game, you can't water it down, and this is not watered down. This is extract of horror. So there's like some introductory text here, more tits. The demon's origin. So they're called the Apostles of Pain, which is kind of like, I guess, their version of the Cenobites. And let's just scroll down. You'll see there's also alternative story for the Apostles, more titties. And then they're all actually described here. There's 6 of them. You have Carnifex, which is kind of like Pinhead. Like a fleshy version of Pinhead. You got Carnifex, Stuprator. Hope I'm reading that right. Then you got Eviscerator, Venefica, and each of these has their own stats here that you can see. And they also have their own powers, their own personalities. So each one of these sexually deviant demons has their own thing that they do, and how they basically torture their victims. There's definitely a lot of S&M stuff in here. There's one of them is literally called Dominatrix. And then you have Arbitratrix, which is kind of like, as far as I can tell, it's a sort of autistic version of a Dominatrix. More titties. And then you have the Pyramid, which is, I guess, their version of the box. And how to open it, what you gotta do. It's basically like a game, kind of like in Hellraiser. And then you have like an actual breakdown of a murder scene. Now, here's the cool thing about this. All the writing in this book is very well done. Like, kudos to Red Room. They know what they're doing. As soon as you start reading this book, you're already in the setting. It just knows how to describe stuff. It's got the slang down, it's got the lingo. And all this is happening in some sort of small town. I forget the name, but it'll be mentioned here. Where these deviant demons basically appear, and then you're basically, as far as I can tell, playing detective on how to get rid of these bastards. And, solve the crimes that they commit, killing people in different sexual ways. Yeah, just definitely a lot of Hellraiser vibes. Fingerprints, the only clue. See, you got all these examples of like the murders, and then you can actually play detective, figure out how it was done. Story hooks for each one that's involved in the murder, I'm assuming. Keep going down here. A lot of this stuff. Family values. So this is just like, as far as I can tell, this is just basically a good rundown of each case to give you an idea on how to make your own sort of cases, your own sort of quests, whatever you want to call it. to basically make a campaign out of this. And yeah, it's well done. Again, very well written. Just like stats for most of the people involved. Again, as far as I can tell, a very, very sort of D&D like system. You can see strength, your classic 6 abilities, and you also have comeliness, which is kind of like their version of seduction, as far as I can tell. Blair Underwood, more titties. Xavier Garcia, just like these interesting characters. Everything fits so well into the setting. Definitely like this dark sort of setting, but then you got like these typical sort of noir detective types. I can already imagine myself playing this. This is definitely something that I would be interested in playing because it's just such a cool setting. Who doesn't want to play detective in Hellraiser land? And then you got like these. This is something that's really cool. A medical examiner report, which I'm not sure if this is actually like a copy of an actual report, but it looks like it. It looks like really legit, authentic. And I love this kind of stuff in books because it really just throws you into the setting. It's really good immersion with this kind of stuff. They went proper on this. They want to really engulf you in the setting. Look at more Cenobites, like kind of like a metalhead version of Cenobites. This is a town map, I'm assuming. There's like different districts. What's the name called? Hammetville? I think it's Hammetville. Yeah, Hammetville. There it is. Hammetville Herald. You got a little newspaper front page of what the stuff that's going on. Like you could just use basically this whole book is just like one big template that you could just use to you can like use it as a GM guide or whatever you want to call it, and just make your own stuff based on this template. And I can already see like a campaign happening in this. And that's it. It's not long. It's 78 pages, so not long at all. There's a disclaimer at the end. Yeah, giving you an idea of what the book is all about, and that is it. So this is what you get for free. This is a free version. This is what you get for free. And as far as I can tell, the Wretchedverse is basically like a universal sort of it's like a multi-setting RPG. And this is just like one of the settings, and you have like a space version, you have a post-apocalypse, which is great because I also do the same thing, and so I can definitely relate to this type of design. But yeah, just really good stuff. Great artwork, great writing. Settings looks really cool. Makes me want to play it. So I definitely give this a 9, maybe even 9 out of 5 out of 10. Because the only thing that maybe bothered me a little bit, although this is more of a personal pet peeve or whatever you want to call it, there could be maybe a bit more segmentation in terms of the different chapters and stuff. Everything is a bit just thrown together, but that's more my own preference than anything else. But yeah, really good stuff. Red Room, just if their paid stuff is as good as this, which I definitely plan on getting and reviewing at some point, if their paid stuff is as good as at least as good as this, they're just knocking it out of the park. And they got tons of this stuff. I think they got like, I don't know, 20, 30 books so far. So definitely check this out. Check out their other stuff. support them because they just got kicked off of drive-through RPG because the drive-through is becoming more and more woke, more and more political, and they just can't handle this kind of stuff. Apparently, it's just too much, which is dumb because this is the kind of horror fantasy stuff that good games of the past used to be made of. You don't see a lot of this stuff nowadays, so I'm really glad that these guys are here to make stuff like this. So kudos to you, Red Room. Go check out their YouTube, their page, their Big Geek Emporium page. Get it. It's free, so why not get it? I think once you read through this, you'll definitely want more. I'm definitely going to get more. I'm going to get one of their paid titles, and I will review that at some point. Not right now, but definitely in the future. I plan to do this at some point. So, yeah. Go and check it out. Sexual Holocaust by the Red Room.